Hi, my name is Genevieve Piturro, and I'm the founder of the national nonprofit Pajama Program. 20 years ago, I was climbing the corporate ladder. I wanted to be Mary Tyler Moore. Always was my dream to be something, do something really important, and I was on my way. One day, alone in my apartment, I heard a voice. It came from here. It was very distinct, and I knew it wasn't a head voice. It was a heart voice. And it asked me a simple question. If this is the next 30 years of your life, is it okay? It stopped me cold. I never realized there was anything like a heart voice. I didn't know where that voice came from. And I realized in that moment that I was alone. I didn't have a family of my own. I didn't have children. And I was well on my way to staying that way. So I thought, I really missed the children aspect of my life. So I went to visit children, read to them at night in shelters. I would go in with the storybooks and read to the children once or twice a week, and didn't know much about who they were or what they'd been through. Until one night, I followed the staff to where they were taking these little ones to sleep at night in another room, and I saw them helped up onto cots and futons. Nothing different to change into. They were wearing the same clothes they've been wearing for days or longer. Some of them were crying, and my heart broke. And the first thing out of my mouth to the staff person was, next week, can I bring some pajamas too with the books? And they thought that was a lovely idea, so I did. I handed them out that night after I read the stories. One little girl, halfway through the line, she just shook her head. She just didn't want to take the pajamas. She didn't want to go back to the room either. She wanted to stay and watch me give them out to the rest of the children. So I gave them out, kept looking over to her. She stood there with her staffer, just watching me. When I finished, I went back over to her. I knelt down with those pajamas that I had for her, and I tried again. I said, honey, don't you want your pajamas? I know they'll be so comfortable. And I had her touch them. I said, they're so soft, and I know you'll like them because they're pink and you're wearing pink. And she looked at me and she whispered, what are they? What are pajamas? I couldn't believe I heard her right, but I did. She didn't even know what pajamas were, and I had to explain to this little girl who was about 6 what pajamas are. Couldn't think about my corporate career 1 minute longer. All I had on my mind was this little girl. And I learned 20 years now that I found my pajamas. I found my purpose. I learned what we're all learning, what's so important now in this pandemic and quarantine. You need to follow your heart voice. You need to make those human connections. You've got to do something that lets you lead with meaning. Those 3 things are the most important thing that we have to give ourselves and give others and give the world. So while we're all trying to figure out if we could go back, would we go back? I say we have to all find our pajamas. You have to listen to your heart voice. You have to be with that human connection, and you definitely have to lead with meaning. So all my trials and tribulations, my lessons learned, all my mistakes are what I talk about and what I talk to people about when I sit with them and they ask, how did you know? Where can we go from here? So I would love to present if this is a topic that your audience would like to hear about, and I can be reached at Genevievepiturro.com, and there's more on my website, GenevievePiturro.com. Thank you.